up, everybody? Huh? We're here. How are we? Here in Rochester. Hell yeah. Comedy at the Carlson. I love it. I like businesses that the name is the place. You know? Like, what are you doing? We're doing comedy. Where? At the Carlson. You're like, great. I don't even have to Google it. I love it. I like this building. You can tell, like, it used to be something else. And we are forcing a comedy club in here. Like, it used to, you could tell it was a factory. Like, that's what they said. They used to make these microphones here, these bullet mics. They were made right here, and now it's just one microphone, and it's not even that one. It's just an extra slap in the face. Like, they didn't even leave one behind, so we're not using those. That's kind of what I've learned about Rochester in the short time I've been here. It's a lot of, like, you guys are known for some stuff that no one knows. You know, like near my hotel, there's a statue of Philip Seymour Hoffman, and I was like, oh, he's from here. That's interesting. And then Kodak Film is from here, and someone's like, yeah, we invented the hoodie, and these microphones used to be made here. And everything I've learned, all the facts of your town are just enough to make someone go, huh. It's the right amount, you know, it's not gonna knock anyone's socks off. It's just, you don't say. It's the right amount, man. And I like that. It's very cool. Yeah, I like this building. You can tell it used to be a factory, and yeah, it just looks, I don't know what to make of Rochester because it's nice. Maybe just the parts I'm going to, but everyone's attitude, you guys have the attitude of like, yeah, but be careful out there. And I gotta be honest with you, I think you guys need to toughen up a bit. It's not that bad, all right? Take it from someone who's been here for 48 hours. I travel all over the country and you guys are like, be careful where you park. And I'm like, what's gonna happen? It's not that bad. I've done shows in Detroit. I've been around. And you're like, oh, there's someone that once stole something. And we never found him. And you're like, all right. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's part, like, when I'm staying at the Strath Allen Hotel, and that's a nice hotel. There's 8 floors. It's fun. I'm on the 8th floor. I was still woken up this morning by a leaf blower. Because it's a very nice hotel with the thinnest windows known to man. Like, I'm on the 8th. I can't be any higher. It is, I think the Strath Allen might be the highest building in your entire town. And I'm 1 floor below the top, and I could still hear him. And I was like, man, that guy's blowing. Dude, that guy's blowing them leaves. But yeah, it's, I don't know, I made the drive from the airport to there was a little like, okay, you know, it's like something happened. You know, something's going on. It clearly didn't happen recently. This is something that's been going on, you know, just like, you ever see someone with like a rash, and you're like, that's not a new rash, you know, that's a rash they've been fighting. They just haven't found the right ointment yet. But the rest of the time, I don't know. I'm having a good time. I think you guys need to take it easy around yourselves. You guys are like new homeowners that haven't redone the kitchen, you know? And when people come over, they're like, we're gonna redo the kitchen. And you're like, no one asked. Like, no one, you can keep the same kitchen.
You gotta try garbage place.
Yeah, man, I don't know. But I enjoy it. I like this whole building. It just feels like the factory from Jumanji. It just has that kind of, like, Alan was lost in the game and then he came back. How's the shoe factory going? It's like, it's a comedy club now. And we need you to help fix it up. But it was nice. I had a good trip. I came in on Thursday. I have to come in earlier to towns because every flight this year is just delayed. I don't know if you guys watch the news. There's weather. There's like a It's like the movies from 20 years ago. Remember 20 years ago? They're like, the weather's going to be crazy and everyone's going to go, ah! And the weather's that crazy, but we're all just like, oh, we're delayed again. That's the one part of the apocalyptic part that the movies didn't get, is that we're going to have phones and we're kind of not going to care. We're just going to be in the floods just like this. And that's how it's gonna end. It's not gonna be a lot of screaming. It's just gonna be like, can you believe it? You know, look at what we gotta deal with. Look at all this water everywhere. Oh, that's on fire. All right. That's good. I'm glad the phones gave us the apathy. I think that's gonna make the end more comfortable. I think. If we didn't have our phones, we'd just be here for it, going, oh my God, what do we do? But over here, like, hey, there's a new vlog up. We're gonna watch a new vlog. I like it. Yeah, you are getting these on your own time, and I appreciate that. But yeah, so I flew in the day before. I came in. I had an Uber driver that was. You ever like he was the type of Uber driver that I think would fit in well here in Rochester, where he was like defensive, but there was nothing to be defensive about. You know, like he had a nice car. It was like an Audi something, and I didn't get the fancy. I just got an Uber X, and it was an Audi. I was like, ooh, good for me, you know. And he met me outside. He was outside, and I was like, all right. He's like, I'll take you back. And I'm like, oh, that's so kind of you. And he's like, no, I just got a new car. I don't want you to ding it. And I'm like, you don't have to be that honest, you know. You can just lie a little, you know. And then we got in the car, and he was so quick to tell me, he's like, yeah, I'm just driving Uber for research. I'm in a master's program. I have to write a paper, and this is just for research. And I'm like, nobody asked, you know? I didn't go, hey, are things going okay? Did you not know what the monthly payment on this Audi was going to be? And you're like, oh my God, I got to drive for Uber immediately. I didn't ask. It was 4 a.m. I do not care. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm writing. I have I'm in a master's program. Got to write a paper. He kept bringing it up, and no one. You ever talked to someone where like you can tell they really want you to ask about this master's paper? Like he wanted me to go. What's the paper about? And I don't know if you've ever been in that situation, but that's a powerful moment for you to be in. Because the entire drive, I never asked. He was like, yeah, I'm writing a master's paper. And I was like, oh, yeah, masters and papers. That's nice. I just kept repeating the words in different order. Papers need to be mastered. Look at you. You're writing your mastery on that paper. Who's that paper's master? You are. That's who you are. And then at the end, I finally, right before I left the car, I go, whoa. What's the paper about? All right, just tell me. And he's like, oh, it's like an algorithm thing. I'm with all these other masters people, and he's like, I'm like the dumbest one in the group. That's what he said, and I was like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, they made you drive the Uber. Like they did a quick consensus, and they're like, we need someone to get these details. Hey, you dum-dum, you go do that. You could tell it was a soft spot for him. I have a master's program. I'm like, all right, dude, it's fine, you know. That's awesome. You guys should be proud, man. San Diego's known for stuff. I don't know, the fish taco. I don't know. It's nothing that exciting. That's fun. I wonder if you guys invented the zipper. You know, something fun. Someone invented it. Did you know that? Someone invented the zipper. They weren't just there. One time I looked it up. I took an edible before bed. And I hadn't taken my pants off. And I was just in bed in my jeans, just doing this with my zipper, just up and down. Because I'm like, you should get ready for bed. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it in 1 second. And I'm just playing with my zipper. And I'm like, who invented the zipper? And then so I Googled it. I Googled who invented the zipper, and it was just some guy. Just some guy came up with it. What a great invention, because we didn't need it. We had buttons. Like, he invented something we didn't... Buttons were doing great. They were putting clothes together. I don't think anyone was wearing pants like, my wiener keeps falling out of this. I need something more sturdy. I think the guy who invented it was really like a popular guy with the ladies, and he's like, I need more protection. My marriage is gonna fall apart. I need a sturdier clasp, and then he invented the zipper. And then this other guy, just like any invention, some other guy came in and stole half of it. He got 50% credit, and yeah, it's crazy. I even watched. You ever this is how much the edibles kicked in. I saw what they sent to the patent office, like the drawing of the zipper. Have you ever seen an invention that's been around for a long time and you're like, man, if you put a gun to my head, I couldn't recreate that? You ever have that? Like where you're like, you see a simple invention and you're like, oh, if I was around back then, maybe I could come up with that. But then I saw the drawing and I'm like, there's no way. I couldn't even redraw that. I couldn't. Like if I sent that to the patent office, they'd send me to a nut house. Like they'd be like, he just sent a zigzag drawing. And I think he was drawing pants and gave up, so he just wrote the word pants. And then there's a zigzag in the middle of the word pants. But yeah, some guy stole. I wonder if there's like some kid who's like a trust fund baby now because his great-great-grandfather invented the zipper. Isn't that crazy? Like that generational wealth. There's like some obnoxious kid with one of those curly popular mullets right now, just on a speedboat somewhere in the Bahamas with just half-naked supermodels, and they're like, how come you have all this money? And he just goes, brip, brip. And he's like, yeah, my family. Brip, brip. That's fun. It's kind of pretentious, the zipper. Because we didn't need it. We had buttons. It's not as pretentious as the scarf. Scarf might be the most pretentious piece of clothing there is. You ever think about that? I know you guys need it because you live where it happens, you know? But people that don't live here don't need a scarf, all right? I've never owned a scarf in my life, all right? I grew up in San Diego, 70 degrees year round. I've never gone outside and I'm like, oh, my jugular. Like, I need to warm my thorax. I'm gonna die out here. But then I remember one time I had a show in Chicago in the winter, and my wife, she's from there, and she's like, you need a scarf. And so she ordered me one off Amazon, and it showed up, and she goes, do you even know how to wear one? And I was like, no, but yeah, you know? It's a scarf, you just whip it, you know? Whoosh. And she's like, no. And then she showed me how to put it, and because I thought you just whip it, and you run out the door, and the back whips in the wind, and you look like the Red Baron. You know, remember Red Baron Pizza just being one of those open planes? Which, by the way, how did they not come up with a roof? You ever see those old planes where it's just open and no one was like, hey, how about a roof? They're like, no, we put on this leather helmet and some goggles and just have your scarf whip in the wind. Can you imagine inventing a flying machine, but you're too dumb to go, oh, a roof? Put a top on it. You're flying through the sky, and you're like, I don't know. It's just so I keep getting bugs in my teeth. I don't know what to do. But no, my wife, she taught me how to like do a scarf properly. Like you do it this, and then, and then, and it's pretentious. Like every time I wear a scarf, it just looks like my grandfather owns all the railroads. It looks like your grandparents won Monopoly 200 years ago, and you're like, no, I wear a scarf like this with my little zipper, and then the scarf sticks out you just come in like a rooster everywhere. I like doing this type of material on The Late Show, because you're like, oh, I wonder if he's going to talk about something dangerous. And then some of you are having a white wine. They're like, what'd you guys do tonight? Oh, we went to an abandoned warehouse where they do comedy at 9 o'clock at night and listen to a man talk about scarves for like a weirdly long time. It got to the point where we were like, he's gonna stop soon, and then he just kept going. Scarves are pretty dumb. I don't know. I don't like the new shoes. Have you seen the new shoes people are wearing now? Those new New Balance ones where they're just bloated? You haven't seen them? You guys don't have any? No? All right. It's no youths. Someone said they're wearing them. Let me stick up your hoof there. Let me see. Yeah, that's kind of. Is that like the? Yeah. That's. But those are sensible. Every once in a while, is it the one where like the base sticks out like 8 inches on each? It is one of those. Like I want to wear those, but it just looks like the shoe had some sort of shellfish allergy, and then it's blood. Thank you. That was just for that side of the room. You guys are just zippers and scarves. That's how I'm gonna. So good. I need to bring you on the road. You and me. You know what's extra funny is that there's not a lot of people in here, which is... She's like pulling most of the weight as far as the laughing. And some of you guys are really... You're really getting to drag ass on this show because you're like, she's got it. What's your name? Dresden. Amazing name. Oh my God, that sounds like a name that would go with that laugh. Like, what? You have such an angelic laugh, and then you're like, what's your name? Dresden. And you're like, wasn't that a sad town during World War II?
Yeah.
Was it?
We bombed
Dresden.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. How did you get that name? How did you... Was that a family name?
They used to make China dolls there. I'm named for the angelic China dolls.
You're named after the angelic China doll. That's so cute. Wow. I can't imagine having the doll going, I love these China dolls. Where were these made? And then you looked them up and you're like, we're calling her Dresden. That'd be like if someone loved Kodak film. And then they had a kid, and then they're like, we're going to name him Rochester. I like that name, though. It's different. I will never make fun of someone's name because my name is Zoltan. So it's quite the comeback, you know? If you catch me tomorrow in town and I just start ripping on your name, you go, hey, don't forget. Zoltan. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. It's so nice. I like this small crowd. I like it. It's very... Look at me leaning against the wall. The early show had so many people. I was like, I have to be so good. I have to be so fun. And I'm like, this is all right. And my career can survive this many bad Yelp reviews. Like, if all of you left a 1-star, I think I could survive. Like, if it was sold out and all of them left it, I'd be like, oh my God, I might have to quit comedy. But this many, like, if I had a bad show, we can keep a secret. You know? We could just keep this to ourselves, couldn't we? Thank you. How about a little love for Travis, your host, Stephen Rogers, your feature? Wonderful. So nice to be here. I love it. This beautiful mall right here in Albany. This is my first time, and I love it. I'm staying at a hotel right next to the mall, and it couldn't be further away. At the same time, I don't know who designed the road between... I don't know who was in charge with the roads in this vicinity right here, but you're overthinking it. All right? Overthinking it. Roundabouts, yields... What are you doing? There's nothing out here. There is nothing out here. Why is there an extension road? Do you know how hard it was to get to my hotel? I missed it 3 times because with all the roundabouts, there's no second chance. If you miss your turn around here, you gotta just start over and do it again. And there's signs that's like, well, we believe in you. You're gonna get it this time. You're not going to U-turn when you should have taken a left. I'm staying at the Residence Inn next to the old folks' home. And that's rude to the old folks. Good Lord. They're next to nothing. You put them in the woods. They love going to the mall. And you're confusing them. They're going to think they're aging faster than they are. No, it's whoever made the roads. I like it. People get, once you get off, they got squirrely with it. I don't know. It's very nice to be here. I like what you guys are doing. First time up here in upstate, and I like it. It feels far. I used to live in New York City where it's like too much, but they have a good grid system, and then you get out here, and then some roads are like, they don't need signs. People know. Who's that for? Out-of-towners? No. That's not what we're doing. But it's very nice to be here with my fancy water. I'm trying my best, I am. I'm an adult. I don't know if I am, but I don't know if I am. I think I'm just like pretending. Does anyone else feel that way? Does anyone else? Does anyone else? Like I try, like I get mad about stuff because I know I'm supposed to, but I don't. I don't mean it. Like sometimes I'll be like, the economy, and I just do it because everyone else is, and I don't want to look dumb. They're like, you don't know it's rough. Well, do you know the cost of eggs? And I'm like, I've never looked. And I think it's because I don't have kids. Like if I had kids, I'd have to budget for eggs. But it's just my wife and I. You can keep jacking it up. I think we'll be okay. I don't look at the grocery bill. I just tap. There's a card, and I tap. And sometimes the cashier's like, ugh, and I'm like, don't make the face. I'm not gonna look. I should be. That's what I mean. That's a fake adult right there. I should be more responsible. I should be balancing a checkbook, but I don't because they do it on the phone, and I just know I'm in trouble when I tap, and then they're like, you can't have these groceries, and then I'll be like, the economy, the prices and the gouging and the graphs. Dow Jones! I try to be mad, but I don't know. Every year I have to pretend to be mad about taxes. Taxes! And I'm not mad. Because I knew it was coming. And I put some of it away, and I'm like, some of that's gonna go to taxes, and then they're gonna go, give it over, and I go, alright. But then when I'm around other adults, can you believe it? They took all my taxes. I try. Like, I really try to be an adult, but it's an act, dude. I just want to watch old cartoons. That's all I want to do. Like, I'm here right now and I'm having fun, but I'm thinking of the hotel with a beer and my laptop will be open and I'll be watching Life with Louie from 1994. A couple Louis Anderson fans out there, and that's gonna be my evening. I'm a child. You can see it. I see other people, and I judge them. I see them. I see other men out there, and I'm like, God, dress like an adult, for God's sakes. Shorts with sneakers with the pumps. You're like 42 years old. What are you doing? It's time to grow up. And then I look in the mirror, and I'm like, I should shut up. I need to quit judging. I've always been a child at heart. I think because I had a good mom. She just always, I don't know. I just remember she's proud of me. I shouldn't think about that as a 38-year-old man every once in a while. My mother's proud of me. That shouldn't be on my list of concerns in my head. But I am. I was thinking about it recently. Like, when I was really young, I was like 6 or something, I had a toy truck, like a big monster truck we picked up at a flea market. It was like my favorite toy, big monster truck. And then one day, like a family friend came over and they had a bunch of kids, and their youngest one was a toddler, maybe 2 years old, and he was playing with my monster truck and he was really into it. And my mom came by and she was like, Zoli, you should consider giving your truck to the little boy. And I'm like, what? That's my favorite truck. And she goes, yes, but look how much he loves it if you give your truck to make his day. And I was like, oh. She goes, it's your decision, but think about it. And then she left, and I was like, oh, man. And then at the end of the day, as they were leaving, I was like, you can have my truck. And the little kid was like, ah. And then he picked it up and left with it. And afterwards, my mom's like, I'm really proud of you. And that's why I don't think I have a problem paying taxes. Now, to be fair, that truck didn't fund war, but but at the same time, I think that little tidbit helped. Hey, you finished my YouTube video. Thank you so much. I am personally very proud of you. You know how to finish things you start. There's plenty more videos on my channel to watch if you haven't seen them already. Also, I'm on the road all the time, so come catch me live. Go to zoltancomedy.com to see my tour schedule. You can buy tickets through there, and only buy tickets through my website because there's scammers now that are upcharging people for tickets that aren't even good, that won't even get you in. Complete rip-offs. So only go to zoltancomedy.com. And thank you so much for watching my videos. Hey, we're here. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. How is it? Yeah? Yeah, we're here. Some people are wooing, some people's arms are crossed, some people are just a hearty thumbs up. I appreciate that. That's the perfect, yeah, I am here. Things are good. It's like you were I felt like a waiter. Like, you know, no? Thumbs up? All right, you're good. I'll come check on you later. It's very nice to be here. Thank you so much for coming out. Mother's Day, right? This day started at 10 a.m. It's just been brunch and I love yous, and then you're like, how much longer do I have to hang out with Mom? That's how it is with my mom. That's how I love my mother. But after about 2 hours, I'm like, yeah? And I know she feels the same way, all right? She loves me, but like, she's like, you're boring, you know? Like, my mom has her limit with me too. My mom gets so, she can't help, I don't know if it's a Hungarian thing, but she has to, every time we hang out, she has to remind me that one day she will die. What is that? Is that a Hungarian thing? Or are all mothers doing this? Is everyone else's mother just periodically going, one day I will die? And she brings up her death all the time. And she's fine. She's in good health. Nothing's wrong. She just wants, I just don't want you to be surprised when one day I am die. That's a direct quote. I am die. And I'm like, yeah, I understand. It's too weird now, you know? Like, she brings it up so much. My wife and I have a running joke on, here we go. It's been 10 minutes. She's already bringing up mortality. You know, but yeah, I texted her today, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't send the flowers. I forgot. I've been in Chicago. It's a fun city. There's a mom right there that just went, who cares? I love that. You're a mom, I'm guessing, and you just went, I don't care about the flowers. And that whole table was like, oh my God, we've been spending so much money on flowers. And she just went, hey. I forgot to do it, and then I tried to do it last night. I had 3 shows last night, so by the time I was at the hotel, it was already the next day. You know, it's like 1 a.m, and I was like, I looked online, every place was like 1-day delivery. You have to do it, and I'm like, but it's still, but... I'm trying to do like time zone math, you know, and I'm like, but... And then the only other option was to Uber Eats her flowers. And I'm like, is that more disrespectful than just not getting her flowers? Than an Uber Eats driver going, just dropping it off at the doorstep, taking a photo of it, and then leaving. So I'm like, I'll catch her when I get back. That's what I'll do. But yeah, I always love hanging out with my mom. I was thinking about her, you know, because I don't know, I've been thinking about my childhood. It's been a religious week. We just got a new pope, you know? Congratulations, by the way. Chicago Pope. That's pretty awesome, you know? No one saw that coming. That was no one knew. I don't know if there's like, you know how for the NFL draft there's like a draft board where like we're thinking Chicago's getting a quarterback, you know, like I don't think anyone knew that the Pope was going to be from Chicago. And I grew up Catholic. We kind of fell off. along the way. But Catholicism has always been my favorite because I grew up. I grew up a wrestling fan, so I enjoy the pageantry. All right, I like showmanship. And the Catholics throw down on showmanship. A lot of candles, a lot of garbs. I'm into all of it. The cathedrals are beautiful. I'm into all. I like how they picked the Pope. They got smoke. They had smoke. I didn't know that's how they did it. It's like black smoke. We still don't have a Pope. There's like people outside the Vatican just biting their nails. Like I don't. And then the white smoke came. They're like, I look like a playoff hockey crowd outside of the arena. We got a. I wish we would do more things that way. Like that's how we should find out if our favorite show's getting another season. Is Netflix should have a pipe out front, and then if the smoke's red, it's like, we're getting more Black Mirror, everybody. Hell yeah. I think that would be fun. But yeah, I was born in Hungary, so we were Catholic. I forget if it's Orthodox or Roman, one of them. And because we fell off, but then we moved to Pittsburgh, and then we joined like a Hungarian church out there. And then around the time I was like 6 or 7, my mom's like, do you like it? Do you like church? And I was like, not really. And she's like, oh, we don't have to do this anymore. And I was like, oh, you could have asked sooner. Like, we've been going for a while, you know? And then so we stopped going. We stopped going to church. And, you know, since I've become an adult, I've talked to my other friends who grew up religious, and they're like, that was an option? That's insane. And I asked my mom, I was like, why'd you do that? Most parents are like, you have to go. And, you know, and she was like, oh, I just thought, I mean, I like going, but I just thought you would enjoy it for the socializing with the other kids, but you didn't, so we just stopped going. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's always been my connection to faith and religion. It's just like it's been adjacent, you know? Like my mom and I would always go to a church after we landed from a flight. That was our thing. Like when we flew from Hungary to Pittsburgh, we went to a church. Thank God the plane, everything was cool. And then when we flew from Pittsburgh to San Diego, we went to a church to do the same thing. But the church right by our new place in San Diego was a Korean church. Like, we were walking up, I was like in 2nd or 3rd grade, and they had the Asian symbols out front. And I'm like, I don't think this is for us, Mom. And I remember my mom was like, it all goes to the same guy. And she, like, that broke down religion so well for me. She's like, no, it's the same. They're all just post offices. It all goes to the same. Everyone's welcome. And we were the only non-Koreans in there. And I'll say it was noticeable. I'll say that, you know. But yeah, that's where, I don't know, I'm a people pleaser. I think my mom trained me to be a people pleaser. And it's something I'm trying to shake off now as an adult. I just can't help it. That's how I was raised. Like when I would spend the night at a friend's house, my mom would be like, whatever they feed you, you eat. And you say you love. And you say, thank you. If you embarrass me, I will find out. And then the government will know. And then they will know I leave you home alone because I have 2 jobs and the government will take you from me. And I was like, oh my God, I really... So I ate everything, all right? When I would spend the night at a friend's house, I had to eat and drink everything. And this is the 90s. In the 90s, every meal was served with a giant glass of milk. If you weren't around that time, I'll let you know. Every meal came with and I hate milk. I never liked it. I like it with other stuff, cereal, maybe a little in my milk, in my coffee or whatever, but alone, ugh. That's the worst. But I was strict orders. You have to eat and drink everything. So I got my meal and a giant glass of milk, and I'm like, damn it. And I remember I was like, I'll just get it over with, you know? So I just went, like, I treated it like a Fear Factor challenge. I'm like, just suck it down. It's just pouring down. I'm like, this is terrible. This is the biggest glass I've ever had. And I remember I finished it. My friend's mom was like, wow, he really likes milk. Here you go, buddy. And I was like, no, dear God, no. That's when I learned if you're a people pleaser, you can't drink it all. You gotta leave enough to where they can't top you off, you know? And you go, I can't, that's enough milk for me. But I'm still a people pleaser to this day. I agree to stuff that I feel like I could politely say no, but for some reason I can't. I just go, yeah, you know? Like the last time it happened, I was performing at a comedy club. I forget where I was, but it was a Funny Bone. Funny Bone is a chain of comedy clubs. and there was a local comic there opening for me. I'd never met him before, and I was hanging out with him in the green room, and it was just me and him. It was going to be a 2-person show, and before the show starts, he's like, "Hey, man, do you want to pray before the show starts?" And I wanted to go, "No, thank you. I'd rather not, but that's very kind of you to ask. No, thank you." But I couldn't do it. I couldn't look this person that I just met in the eyes and say no, because he was so nice. And that's what a nice gesture to go, "Hey, I'd like to pray. Would you like to join me?" What a moment of vulnerability on his part. I couldn't shoot him down, so I just looked at him and go, "I'd love to. I would love to pray. I'm glad you brought it up, because I was gonna." So me and this dude that just met, we're just in this small comedy club green room holding hands. And our heads are bowed. His eyes are closed. Mine are wide open. I'm just like, what have you done? This is your fault. You could have politely said no. You don't have to keep agreeing to this. And I remember while we were praying, a server walked in and saw what was going on. And I looked up and she just backed out. And I was like, man. And he had a nice prayer, you know. He was like, "Hey, you know, Lord, like, you know, look over us and make sure, you know, if you could make sure we have a good show tonight for the people." And I was like, I don't know if you can pray for that. And I don't know the rules, but that seems petty. You can't pray for a good show. There's so much going on in the world. You're wasting that guy's time with this. What if like someone's getting washed away by like a flash flood or something? And he's like, "Ah, dear Jesus, help me!" And then he's busy dealing with our nonsense. Can't help that guy, you know. But all in all, he had a nice prayer and he finished it, amen. And then I said, thank you for that, because I don't know what you're supposed to say at the end of a prayer. So I just said, thank you for that. That was good. Because the only other times I prayed was when I was a kid at my friends' houses for dinner, and then amen, I'd be like, "All right, bring on that milk." But there was no glass of milk to force chug, so I just said thank you for that. And then we went out, we had our shows, and we both had really rough sets. We did not have good sets. I don't know, I watched him have a bad set, and I was like, oh boy. And then I went on, and 30 minutes into my hour, I was like, well, I guess God doesn't come to the funny bone. I think he was rescuing someone from a river. He was busy. So yeah, that's been my relationship with it, but I like it. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I've had a really fun week. I love coming to Chicago. I've been coming here for 10 years. I really enjoy it. I love it. I like your city. It's beautiful. I walked to your lake, the lake walk there, with I don't think that's what it's called, but that's what I did. They had a walkway there, and I walked by the lake. Some people rode bikes. Some people ran. I walked. That's what I did. It was beautiful. It was a nicer day today than yesterday. Yesterday I went out, and it looked nice, but it was deceiving. And then I went out, and I'm like, this isn't nice. This is terrible. The sun's out, but it was just freezing cold. And I looked out my hotel window, and I saw people in shorts and T-shirts. I'm like, hell yeah. So I put on a short and a T-shirt, and I went outside, and it was just... And I'm like, oh, dear. My nipples tore through the shirt. Like, it was... I was like, these liars, what are you doing out here? I had to run back inside, put on a winter coat. It was fun. It was fun walking around yesterday watching people trick themselves into thinking it was a nice enough day for their activities. I walked down the street, it was all just women in dresses just freezing, waiting in line to get into like a brunch. They're like, oh, and the maitre d's like, inside or outside? Oh, patio, please. That's where we want to sit. This is great. Just a tornado of croissant dust, you know? It was way too windy for any of that. Yeah. I love it. I'm staying down the street over at the Hotel Lincoln. Staying over there. It's a very nice hotel. The bar's nice. The lobby's nice. The rooms, you could stay away from those. I don't know what's going on with the rooms. I can't tell if they mean it or... You know those hotels where you're like, is this part of the design? Or is that blood? Like, what is that? It's one of those hotels where you're like, is this being kitschy or is this a cigarette burn in the lampshade? I don't know. It's a weird, I don't know. They gave me a suite. I knew the hotel room was going to be bad when they immediately upgraded me to a suite at check-in because I have no affiliation with, that's a Hyatt hotel. I'm a Marriott guy. I have no status with Hyatt. And they immediately were like, oh, we're giving you the suite. And I was already like, oh, that's their way of letting me know, hey, we're giving you the best room, so if you don't like it, don't complain. All right? That's their way. I've checked into a lot of hotels. I know the little tricks. Like, oh, we're giving you the best room in the complex. And you're like, why? You know? It's because you don't want me. One time I had a guy give me a cookie. He gave me and it wasn't a DoubleTree where it's like part of the brand. It wasn't one of those. This is just some cookies he made at home. And he's like, I upgraded you and you want a cookie? I brought a cookie. And I was like, man, you really don't want anyone to complain. So I took my cookie up to that roach infested room. But no, this room, no roaches. It's fine. It's just like everything's wrong, you know? I have 2 showers, but they're both wrong. Like both shower curtains are too small in different ways. Like in one, there's a tub, but it's not wide enough, so you can't put the shower curtain against the wall, so it's just soaking through the wall, and the floor is soaking wet. And then I ruined that one, so I went to the other one. And that one, the shower curtain's too short. It's 3 inches too short, so it hangs right there, right at my ankles. And guess what water does? It bounces pretty good, and it just bounces right out there. And then so it's just soaking wet, so I have to just throw towels down. And then that doesn't dry, so the next day there's just cold towels while I'm sitting on the can. And I'm like, this is horrible. And you're like, why don't you let the maid in? They can clean it up. I never let the maid in, all right? I don't let the maid in until I leave. That's who I am. I don't want them knowing what the hell I've been doing in here, all right? You can leave when I'm on a flight out of the state. That's when you can come in. By the time you report what I've done in here, I'm already statute of limitations. They're not coming across state lines to chase me down for what I've done to that room. And the toilets are industrial. That's the real weird one. I have 2 industrial, like the toilets you see at like a football stadium. Just a big oval, no tank, just a pipe into the wall. And they got one of those flushers, the kickers. And I'm like, what happened in this hotel when the manager's like, give us the best you got? Because these tourists are out there getting deep dish and our plumbing can't handle it. Just get us the most industrial can you got. Give us 2 of them. Give us 2 of them. What about shower curtains? You good on those? Yeah, we got the worst ones in the business. Don't worry about those. This is terrible. It also might be haunted. I don't know. I have a weird... I used to be scared of ghosts, and now I'm just annoyed by them. I've kind of figured it out. Like, I've learned too much about ghosts, and I just realized they're just spirits of us hanging around. And these are the people that bother people that they don't know. It's like the same people you run into on the street. You're like, hey, and you're like, ugh. You know? That's who these spirits are. Hey, what they're just flickering a light. What are you watching, some TV? Yeah, I'm watching some TV. Why don't you keep it down? You know? But yeah, fun week. Rob, my buddy, he took me to a Russian sweat lodge this week. We went there on Saturday or Friday. We went to a Russian sweat lodge. If you've never been, he was like, yeah, have you ever been? And I was like, I've never been. And he's like, dude, it's great. We drove like 30 minutes out of this neighborhood. I don't know where we were. We went to an nondescript building with no windows. And we go in. There's just a little Russian guy behind the counter. He's like, he's a little guy. I don't know. He was a little squirrely. He was just a little, and I was like, what's going on here? And he gave us some towels and some flip-flops. And then we had to go to the locker room and change, And I'm still, even at 37, I've turned 38 this month, but I'm still weird about being naked. I'm not a naked guy. That's never who I've been. So I had to go change in the locker room. And I remember my locker, there was like a guy near it. So like I just had to go over there and I just gave him I'm going to get naked now. Like, just so he knows this isn't an ambush or anything. I'm just it's about to happen. It's so hard to start, isn't it? It's so hard to start to get naked in public. Like, I know how to undress at home in my own privacy. I don't even think about it. I just undress. And then when I'm there and there's other people, I'm like, how do you do this? Like, I forget how to start. And I'm like, I guess I'll take my sweater off. And then my shirt came with my sweater. I'm like, oh, no, not yet. Not yet. I wasn't ready for that. And then my shirt. Oh, but now I don't have a shirt, and I got to bend down. I don't want people to see that. So then I put it back on. And let me do my shoes. And it was such a thing, And I went with Sorab. Sorab's my friend, but we're not naked friends. That's a special level of friendship, to be naked. So we like went to the locker room and we just had a polite understanding where we just faced the other way. And we're like, I'll talk to you later. And we just, it was weird. It was like a naked duel that we were doing. We were just back to back. We did 10 paces. And I'm like, yeah, I gotcha, buddy. And then we went over there. We went into the sauna. Everyone wore a towel, which was cool. They gave you a little snap towel. So everyone's in a towel, except for one old guy, which that's the tale as old as time. You always hear about the one old guy that's like, you're going to look at it. I don't know what it is. There was one old guy in the sauna that's like, you're going to, my wife won't look at it. Someone's looking at it. Someone's going to get a look at this. And the sauna was tiered. Like there was levels, and he picked balcony. So he's up. How you fellas doing? Like, not good. I'll say that. And so we did the sauna, then we did the cold plunge, then we did the sauna, did the cold plunge. So we just went hot. It was like we were training for climate change. I don't know what it was, but it was relaxing and painful all at the same time. And then after we did that like a few times, so Rob was like, hey, you want some soup? And I was like, what? And he's like, do you want some soup? And I was like, now? And he's like, yeah, they serve soup here. And I was like, why? Why would they serve soup here? And can we get it anywhere else? I'd like to go anywhere else to get soup instead of here. And he's like, no, you're going to love it. I'm going to tell him to get us some soup. So he goes to the squirrely guy and he goes, hey, 2 soups. And the guy goes, right away. And he runs into the kitchen. And I'm like, it's not even a different guy? That's the guy that was handing out the flip-flops and the towels. Now he's in the kitchen lighting up the burners to heat up the soup. And I was like, it was so weird to eat soup in like there's a guy in a hot tub right there. He's in water. I'm looking at soup, and I'm like, it's different water, right? Like where did this water come from? It was I had chicken soup, and I'm looking at the chicken, and there's like a naked guy in a tub right there. And he's like, how's the soup? And I'm like, don't talk, dude. Like, eerily similar. It was like if you did it fast enough, you're like, man, that's a weird thing, dude. I've had meals in weird places. That reminded me. It reminded me years ago. I remember I had lunch at a strip club. Not knowing. I landed in Portland. This is a thing in Portland. They have a strip club known for their steaks. I didn't know that. I landed, and my buddy Corey was like, hey, man, you're in town. You want to go get lunch? I'm like, I'd love to. They're like, oh, dude, they have good steaks at the strip club. You down for that? And I was like, sure. And the reason there was a miscommunication is in San Diego, there's a steakhouse called The Strip Club. And so I was like, oh, apparently it's a chain, and they have one in Portland. I was like, hell yeah, man. So then he picks me up and he takes me there. We get there. We're in the parking lot of a strip club. And I was like, oh. And we go inside and it's still just a strip club at 1 PM. So there's nobody in there. Me and him just walk in. There's like one girl and she wasn't dancing until she saw us. She's like, oh, well, what's up, fellas? Hey, it's a party in here just in time. You know, she had to put her phone down and start dancing. So we sit down, we're like right in front, right by the stage. We put our orders in, and you know she's over there dancing, and then I'm like, yeah. And then the food came, and I thought like when the food would come that she would like, you know what I mean? Get the hell out of here. There's food over here, and she didn't. She was still like over there, and I'm like, hey. Like when you go to Costco, the guy at the deli counter with a beard, they make him put a hairnet on. This lady's butt naked. And I'm like, get away from the steaks. What are you doing? Does the health department know about this? You can't be this close. Hey! This is what happens when you're a people pleaser, all right? You end up, you never speak up for yourself, and you're like, this is fine, I guess. You need to work on that, man. I need to work on that. We'll work on so much. I don't know. I keep learning things about myself, and the more I learn, the more upset I am. You ever learn something about yourself? You're like, could have gone without that. Didn't need to know that. Could have lived the rest of my life and been fine, you know? Like, I read the comments on social media. That's a thing you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to read the comment section, but I can't help it. My face is there. I'm going to read what people are saying. And I get this comment a lot under my videos. They're like, that guy's on cocaine. And I'm not. And I want to write, I'm not. And then I'm like, wait, let them think I'm cool. You know, if they think I'm that cool, let them think I'm cool. What am I coming in to tell them that? And then the reason they think that, because I keep reading, they're like, his jaw is locked up. He talks from the back of his mouth. And I was like, what? And so now I'm watching my own videos. Watching my own mouth going, oh my God, is that weird? Do I talk weird? Is that weird? And it's so bizarre. That's why you shouldn't read the comments, because now I'm looking at my own mouth going, Is that how I talk? And then recently, I had my dentist appointment. I went to my dentist, and this isn't a new dentist. I've been going to this dentist for a while now. And after my cleaning, you know, they come in and do a quick exam before they let you bounce. And he comes in, and this time when he's doing the exam, he goes, do me a favor, put your tongue to the roof of your mouth. And I did. Yeah, And he's like, now open your mouth. And I was like, And he's like, And I was like, what is it? And he's like the string, the little tendon that connects your tongue to your mouth. Yours is really short. And I was like, okay. And he's like, do you have like trouble licking ice cream and stuff? Like, is that? And I was like, I don't think so. Like, what is this right now? And he's like, all right, yeah, I was just wondering. I'm like, is there any cure for this? He's like, I don't think so. And I was like, why are you bringing this up? And then so I left, and I was like, oh, is that why maybe I talk different? And then people are leaving the comment. And I remember my wife was out in the lobby waiting for me, and she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I just got the weirdest information. The doctor just said I have a short tongue. Have you noticed I have a short tongue? She's like, oh, yeah. And I was like, what? How long have you known? How long have you known? She's like, since we've met. I've noticed. And I was like, when did you notice? She's like, you eat ice cream weird. And I was like, what? I eat ice cream weird? She's like, yeah, like you can't, it looks like you have trouble licking it. And so you just take these weird little bites, just like I'm like, what? Yeah, she's like, yeah, like a little like snapping turtle or something. And I was like, I could have gone without knowing any of that. So I'm not on cocaine. I just have a short tongue, which means I have to talk out of the back of my It's so embarrassing. Could have gone without knowing any of that about myself. But, you know, here we are. It's good. It's a good distraction from the news. I like that. I don't know, sometimes the news is fun. We're renaming water. I like that. That's my favorite part of the Trump presidency. It's like, we're renaming water. And I was like, why not? You know? Rename that water. Yeah, no more Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America. He just did it to the Persian Gulf is now the Saudi Arabian Gulf. And everyone's fighting about it, like, hey, what the hell? I can't. And it's weird. It's weird to rename water. It's weird to name water. It doesn't belong to anybody. It's water. It's like naming a stray cat in the alley and then being mad when you find out someone down the street calls that cat something else, you know? His name is Mittens. They're like, that's not what I call him. Yeah, well, we're calling him Mittens. We own Google Maps. We're calling him Mittens on Google Maps. It's fun. But no, I love Chicago. I love it. It's a city, but it's friendly. But it's got all the city parts to it. I walked down. I loved it. There's a homeless guy staring into a coffee shop. I didn't know. I just walked by and I'm like, what's he doing? You ever walk by and you're like, what's that guy doing? And he had an apron. But I couldn't. But I could tell he didn't work there because of everything else. But he somehow commandeered an apron. He found an apron somewhere, tied it perfectly, and so I couldn't tell if he was on a lunch break, just looking into the coffee shop, like at the clock, like I got 5 more minutes of this lunch break. I couldn't tell what he was doing, but he was just looking into the windows right here. And then I walked, as I passed, the angle changed so I could see into the window. There's this poor bastard sitting on the other side at like the counter. He has a latte and his laptop's up, and he's just trying to do some spreadsheets. And there's a homeless guy with an apron just right there, and I'm like, man, that's the city test right there. If you can finish that work email, you're allowed to stay, you know? That's a cold-hearted city folk right there, just sipping a latte, eating a muffin, and then Bill said, that's tough, man. It's a tough spot to be in. But yeah, I always loved Chicago. I think it gets a bad rep because people don't know. They always say it's dangerous. I don't know. Maybe it is. Now where I go, I guess nothing's ever happened. One time I got lost on the subway. That was the only scary thing for my first time ever in Chicago. And all week I'd been doing the subway great, hadn't been getting lost. And the last one I got arrogant. And I was just on the red line and I was having a good time. And then I missed it. You know, in the city it does a little woo woo woo. And then I didn't feel the turns, and it shot us down, and I was half drunk, and I was just, woo, having fun in Chicago. And I slowly started to notice, just little hints, like people started playing music in there, and there are signs that says, don't do that. They drew them. They're little cartoon signs that say, hey, don't blast music out of a boombox. And I'm like, well, I guess they didn't say you couldn't do it out of a Bluetooth speaker, so maybe that was the misconnection there. So there's music. By the way, this is me dancing to the music. In case you're wondering, does he need to pee? That poor man, he needs to urine. So I'm on the subway, and then that was my first hint. I'm like, oh, they're playing music, okay. And then slowly, like, the stops it started becoming like lesser known presidents, That was my next hint, where I remember one of the stops, I was like, Garfield? Like, when is Garfield ever? Because my first thought was the cat, and I'm like, no, that's a president that no one remembers. And then I knew I was in trouble when I got to White Sox Stadium. And because that's all I do know about Chicago is you guys have two baseball teams, and the Cubs and the White Sox, and White Sox Stadium is in the south side of Chicago, which is not the good part to be in, for safety reasons or whatever. And then I saw that and I went, oh no. And so I'm like, I'm going to get off at the next stop and then turn around and take the train back. And I got off at the next stop. Yeah. I got off at the next stop, and the next stop was in the middle of like the freeway. It wasn't even one of the underground ones. You were up, and then I got off, and I'm like, you can't even run. You can't. There's just people zipping by on both sides of the freeway going, look at that guy, what an idiot. Look at that. And I was just under one of the lamps going, dear God. And I was in my head, now the buzz is wearing off. Now I'm sobering up quick. And I'm like, all right, just stay tough. It was the winter. It was the winter time. And so I was all bundled up. I had a beanie, I had my jacket. And I'm like, I might have to get into a fight, So I immediately, I was like, I gotta take my mittens off. So I took my mittens off. Because I'm like, no one in the history of fights has ever won a fight with mittens on before, And not gloves, just mittens. And I'm like, I should take these mittens off. So I remember taking these mittens off. And then I clipped them to my sleeves, and I'm like, I'm ready for action in case anyone decides to get out of hand. And nothing happened, but that was a fun experience. That's my favorite part of traveling. I like the sense of danger, but I don't want anything to ever happen. I just like traveling, go to a different city, and be like, oh, is this it? And then nothing happens, and you're like, oh, I'm going to tell that story, Hey, you finished my YouTube video. Thank you so much. I am personally very proud of you. You know how to finish things you start. There's plenty more videos on my channel to watch if you haven't seen them already. Also, I'm on the road all the time, so come catch me live. Go to zoltancomedy.com to see my tour schedule. You can buy tickets through there, and only buy tickets through my website because there's scammers now that are upcharging people for tickets that aren't even good, that won't even get you in. Complete rip-offs. So only go to zoltancomedy.com. And thank you so much for watching my videos.